Ooh, got a new codex from here. We got Warhounds Restorable, cataloging Skyhold Warhounds Restorable. Good work here. Solid Stone from the Frostprax. Kickhole's Peak on humans and maps. High Hall's Roof on proper dwarven ones. As for subject, I heard the stories once from a Ferelden trader. Hounds of War, one for the battle won. Her head raised high to chase the enemies dead into the fate. The second is for the battle lost. Heard raised calling to a fallen master, baring its neck to the blade to join them. An efficient sculptor will tell you that they create a design and then apprentices copy it for sale. I asked why she had two meanings for the same pose. She said, would you rather sell one statue or two? Smart lady. Stonework evaluation for Lady Lavellan's consideration Mason Getsy. Ooh, I wonder, are there gonna be different codexes based on the decorations that you have? Oh, there's something there as well. The Woman of All War regarding cataloging Skyhold for statues of chastened influence. Like many features of Skyhold, these four statues are not original to the structure. Scratchings much newer than the sculpture suggest these were placed by Feraldans as representation of Andraste. Typical appreciation. These are not Our Lady. They are altered, chastened figures and likely had animal heads or some such. The number suggests the barbarian tradition of personifying seasons as female warriors bearing the typical attributes of renewal and death. Winter is of note for its brutality, as it is tied to their rumored custom of killing those who flee battle. Harsh enough, but more so when you know that killing the fleeing was not left to fellow soldiers but common citizens waiting to meet them at their camps. Such was their commitment that death at the hands of their people was welcomed over the shame of broken morale. Such is the brutality of their enemies' gods. Archivist Bannon. Here follows a relevant page from Historic Examination. For she of all and war will date, and issue forth as with a spur, and welcome home she will the bold, and returning them with crowns and brand, but knowing runes the empty hand, that all that wage is falling cold. For such the shame to flee a cur is glory safe with mother's blade. From barbarian blood chastened myth, made sensible collections of the University of Orlais. Okay, let's see. It's time for us to judge someone. So let's see what it is.
Adamant's influence continues, your worship. I submit Lord Livius Erimond of Virantium, who remains loyal to Corypheus. We found him alive, offering extreme resistance, likely because the Order will ask for his head. In more colorful terms. To say nothing of justice you might personally require for what was suffered in the Fade.
A grim and serious matter.
Many places felt the pain of adamant. You will answer for a great deal.
I recognize none of this proceeding. You have no authority to judge me.
On the contrary, many officials have communicated that they will defer to the Inquisitor on this matter.
Because they fear. Not just Corypheus, but Tevinter, rightful ruler of every piece of ground you trod in your pathetic life. I served a living god. Bring down your blades and free me from the physical. Glory awaits me.
You're not really making a case for yourself. A mage's punishment tranquil given to the wardens, jail him and lose the key, and he dies by my sword. I don't know, I really don't like him.
Lord Eramond, any protection you thought you had has apparently been withdrawn. You will die. By my hand.
Petty actions. Truth lies in the next world.
Public execution. There we go. At least no one disapproved of that. Oh, I can judge again. Who? Who else?
Another of the lingering pains of adamant, your worship. Ruth is a senior warden of the Order. She was one of the many who slit the throat of another to bind a demon. She does not contest this. In fact, she surrendered to us. She requests no mercy. She wants the public justice of the headman's axe.
I'm confused. You want to die?
You were free to rejoin your comrades, and yet you present yourself here.
There is no excuse for my actions. I murdered another of the Order. That blood marks me more than the Blight ever could.
Accepting their actions while thralls of Corypheus, many treaties allow wardens any extreme if it opposes the Blight.
I can't do it. I can't use the greater good to justify my crimes, as if it would create a future I could be a part of. It is wrong that this broke me. I've done worse. With full sanction, I can do nothing except be an example of the cost.
What? I'm so confused. Go to the deep roads.
You feel your life is over? There's a place for such wardens. Ruth, you'll go to the deep roads. Your death may be as quick as you choose.
This sends no message. This is just an end.
So, why do you want a message to be sent? How about you repent for your own actions? Okay, let's see and talk with everyone. We talk with Varric, so let's go outside first. Also, I love how this looks now. It's so pretty. I wanna change, however, the decorations, because I would love for it to be Dalish, so it would fit with the rest. But I thought this one looked nice. Let's see, is the news new? Grey Wardens declare support for Inquisition. Following the destruction of the Temple of Sacred Ashes and the opening of the breach, all efforts to locate the Grey Wardens failed. To many, the disappearance of this noble order was yet another ill omen. However, thanks to the efforts of the Inquisition, the Grey Wardens have returned. It appears they were gathered at the Fortress of Adamant in the western approach. According to the Inquisition representatives, the Grey Wardens were focused on their own solutions to the crisis facing Thedas. After convening at Adamant, the Grey Wardens and the Inquisition entered into an alliance wherein the Grey Wardens will support the Inquisition in the war against Corypheus. Crier Belenus. Haven destroyed. Ah, yeah, that's the one before it. I see.
You got your wish, sort of.
Right. Grey Wardens.
Not so sure you want them now.
Let's just say I'm glad they're moving on.
Oh, we got them here as well in Skyhold. Interesting. You can speak with Cassandra. Ooh.
Writing does not come naturally to me, as I'm certain you can imagine.
You are competing with Varric.
Trying to outdo Varric's next literary masterpiece.
I haven't his talent for blather. As if written by a dim-witted child. Historians will one day ask what happened at Adamant Fortress, in the Fade. I wasn't there, but others were. Their accounts must be recorded.
Just be careful what you write, however.
Fair enough. Just be careful what you write.
Do not be concerned. I am a poor writer, but not unaware of the weight my words might carry. I still don't know what to say about the spirit of the divine. The Chantry teaches us that the souls of the dead pass through the Fade, so it could have been her. Yet even so...
You think it's possible?
Do you really think it might have been her? A ghost?
A ghost. A remnant of her hopes and memories. Her lingering will to do good. Those things are all possible. Nobody knows for certain what happens after we die. A spirit could have assumed her form, but why? It helped you, as Justinia herself would have.
I don't know either.
I don't know the truth any more than you do.
Sadly, unanswered questions make for poor reading. When they told me you were physically in the Fade, I was terrified for you. The last time such a thing happened, we created Darkspawn. We created Corypheus. The world needs to know the truth this time. No more legends lost to the ages.
Let's see. Can jump over here. Let's head into the tavern then. Can speak with Bull, Sarah, and Cool. Maybe also Cram. Ooh.
Have come to destroy this peace we have had for so long. Ally or foe, maker only knows. Ally or foe, the maker only knows. The stronghold lives on and the army's reborn. Compelled to forge on, what will we become? Can you be forgiven when the cold grave has come? Or will you have won, or will battle rage on? Oh, Grey Warden, what have you done? The oath you have taken is old but broken. All is undone, ash in the sun, cast into darkness the light we had won. Ally or foe,
Oh, it continues. Okay, we'll leave it there.
Commander Cullen did good work at Adamant. Breached those walls like he'd done it a dozen times. Nice job with the demons, by the way.
How can we use you?
Can you think of any other tasks suitable for the judges?
You sealed the main rift at Adamant, but the fortress is still a mess. Demons, darkspawn, making knows what. I could take Rocky out there with some of the boys. They know how to bring down walls. We can't close rifts, but we can bury the bastards under a ton of rubble.
Sure.
We'll talk later.
Ooh.
Again. Again. Come on! This is why the Qun doesn't like women fighting. I should have asked Cullen.
Oh, fuck.
good one.
That's what you get, bull.
Perhaps you can take over.
Qunari training exercise to master your fear. I heard about the nightmare at Adamant. Sounded big.
What is this exercise?
Can you explain why I'm supposed to hit you with this stick?
Probably, if I try. It'd involve a lot of Qunari words, though. Just hit me with the stick, alright? I need to get over this demon crap.
If that's what you want.
All right.
There we go. Oh, yeah. Damn demon. Who's stuck in the fade, huh?
That's right, let it out.
You fought in that siege. Every demon at Adamant wanted to tear you in half.
I bet, you demon assholes. And who killed you? That's right. Iron fucking Bull. I needed that. Thanks, boss.
Damn. Feeling better?
And that works for you.
Yep.
All right then.
There you go.
Right.
This is the fanciest I've ever been.
Is this silk? My mother told me a story about silk once. I think I'm gonna cry.
Don't. It looks so good on you. You too, Voth. I can't wait for the next job. Inquisitor, this gear is the best. I never thought, well, will be worth it, I swear.
Sure. Got a new operation.
Did I tell you?
Heard what went on in that Fade thing. What you think went on. Can't even start to believe that business.
Seeing is believing.
It's hard to describe. Guess you had to be there.
No friggin' thanks. Some people are still there. Hawke, yeah? Lost a champion. And in trade, a busted down bunch of wardens. And they're always weird. Usually, bad stuff happens first, so you're glad when the hero shows up. But wardens are the wrong way round. They're the good thing that means a bad thing is about to happen. Like in Denerim, when the Blight ended.
What do you remember?
A lot happened in Denerim. What did you see?
People talked a lot about this one warden. There was a big fight and they died, or, I don't know, maybe they didn't.
The hero of Ferelden. You forget the hero of Ferelden.
That was ages ago. 10 years. I was playing with small painted boxes and burying stuff I stole. I remember more people cringing about magic than Blight. Wardens were an excuse for your stuff to go missing. Blackwall's nice, though. Different from the Adamant ones. Need more like him.
I don't know. Hello, Cole. How are you doing?
No. But you like demons. I enjoy the company of spirits, yes, which is part of why I do not abuse them with bindings. It isn't abuse, if I ask. Not always true. Also, I do not practice blood magic, which renders this entire conversation academic.
He won't bind me. He's a mage and he likes demons, but he won't help.
What's wrong?
Why would you want Solas to bind you?
So I'm safe. If Solas won't do the ritual to bind me, someone else could. Will. Like the Warden mages, and then I'm not me anymore. Walls around what I want. Blocking, bleeding, making me a monster.
That's true for everyone.
A mage using blood magic could conceivably do that to any one of us, human or demon.
You should ask Solas to bind you too, and then someone can bind him.
We'll protect you.
We'll find a way to keep you safe without binding you, Cole.
I have a suggestion, if Cole is ready to listen. I recall stories of amulets used by Raveni seers to protect spirits they summoned from rival mages. A spirit, wearing an amulet of the Unbound, was immune to blood magic and binding. It should protect Cole as well. The resources of the Inquisition could be used to find such a talisman.
Good. They will not take me.
Ooh, interesting. Let's see. Well, then we can make our way up here to talk with Cullen. There we go. Where's Cullen?
Inquisitor, if you're looking for the commander, he's gone to speak with Seeker Pentecost.
Okay, why? Whoa. Are they here or there's something there? No?
You asked for my opinion, and I've given it. Why would you expect it to change?
I expect you to keep your word. It's relentless. I can't...
You give yourself too little credit.
If I'm unable to fulfill what vows I kept, then nothing good has come of this. Would you rather save face than admit... We will speak of this later.
And people say I'm stubborn. This is ridiculous. Cullen told you that he's no longer taking lyrium.
I think it's brave.
Yes, and I respect his decision.
As do I. Not that he's willing to listen. Cullen has asked that I recommend a replacement for him. I refused. It's not necessary. Besides, it would destroy him. He's come so far.
Why didn't he tell me?
Why didn't he come to me?
We had an agreement long before you joined us. As a Seeker, I could evaluate the dangers.
Can we change his mind?
Is there anything we can do to change his mind?
If anyone could, it's you. Mages have made their suffering known, but Templars never have. They are bound to the Order, mind and soul, with someone always holding their lyrium leash. Cullen has a chance to break that leash, to prove to himself, and anyone who would follow suit, that it's possible. He can do this. I knew that when we met in Kirkwall. Talk to him. Decide if now is the time.
Sure. Ooh, there we go. Ooh.
Maker's breath. I didn't hear you enter. Forgive me.
Talk to me.
Cullen, if you need to talk.
You don't have...
Ooh.
I never meant for this to interfere.
I know that.
I believe you.
But whatever good it does, promises me nothing if I cannot keep it. You asked what happened to Ferelden's Circle. It was taken over by abominations. The Templars, my friends, were slaughtered. I was tortured. They tried to break my mind, and I... How can you be the same person after that? Still, I wanted to serve. They sent me to Kirkwall. I trusted my Knight Commander, and for what? Her fear of mages ended in madness. Kirkwall's Circle fell. Innocent people died in the streets. Can't you see why I want nothing to do with that life?
I understand.
Of course I can.
Don't. You should be questioning what I've done. I thought this would be better. That I would regain some control over my life, but these thoughts won't leave me. How many lives depend on our success? I swore myself to this cause. I will not give less to the Inquisition than I did to Chantry. I should be taking it.
Ooh.
I should be taking it.
Ah, you will start taking lyrium again. Good. You don't need lyrium, Colin.
You give enough, Cullen. I'm not asking you for more. The Inquisition can be your chance to start over, if you want it to be.
I don't know if that's possible.
It is.
All right.
I like how we're placed in the corner. There we go. You can do it, Colin. You've got friends supporting your decision. Oh, there he is. I was like, where the fuck's Blackwall at?
Someone I knew once described Adamant to me. Adamant is, and always will be, the Order, he said. A guardian on the edge of the abyss. The lone soul that stares into oblivion and doesn't waver. That's what Warden Commander Clarel tried to be. Well, they all tried to be. None of the Wardens we saw wavered. They gave their lives willingly. They died for us. And Corypheus twisted their sacrifice to make it his own.
That's why we fight him.
And that's why he has to die.
You'll get no argument from me. There's no one to blame but Corypheus. Even Clarel's intentions were righteous. Her desire to protect was so great it led her astray. It's not right. To want to do good, to be good, and have that turned against you.
Then remember the intention, Blackwall.
Don't think of what went wrong. Think of their intentions, their sacrifice. Honor their selflessness.
Clarel made mistakes, but she was a great woman. And she died a great woman. It's not the armor or the trappings of the Order. It's not the joining. At the heart of it, all a Warden is a promise. To protect others, even at the cost of your own life.
Any new things here? We do. But I want to save most of my money so I can go and buy stuff at Varayo. Like schematics and whatnot. And also in the Black Emporium. We already talked with Varric, so we can just go straight to Solas. Ooh, did more get added? I think so.
Left alone.
Nothing?
I'd like to hear more about what you saw in your exploration of the Fade.
I think I have shared everything of note. I should spend some time encountering more stories.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Nothing at all? Okay. Dorian?
You have remarkably little here on early to Winter history. All these gifts to the Inquisition, and the best they can do is the Malefica Imperio. Trite propaganda. But if you want 20 volumes on whether Divine Galatea took a shit on Sunday, this is evidently the place to find it.
Not to your standards?
I see my library isn't up to your exacting standards.
It's alarmingly chaotic. I found a copy of the Oribali in what seemed to be the Antivan Classics section.
How scandalous. Someone alert the Magisterium.
You laugh, but in some places there are punishments for that. Did I see something by Genitivi here? I could have sworn.
What is this about, Dorian?
When everyone returned, they told us about your tumble into the Abyssal Rift. You went into the Fade. Physically went in. Are you... all right?
We lost Hawke.
Hawke is gone.
The Fade is an ordeal under normal circumstances. To be the only real thing there, beyond description. That you made it out at all is a miracle. You do realize this feat hasn't been performed in over 1,000 years. Corypheus and his contemporaries entered the Fade and began the Blights. In comparison.
I was lucky.
You're right. I was fortunate.
Indeed. Although there is cause for concern. If you can walk in the Fade, others will try to follow. Who knows what secrets Corypheus has revealed? Not all of them will be as lucky as you. What they could unleash. My advice? Keep this quiet. Let them speculate. Too many will see this as a challenge.
I agree.
That's a good idea.
There are enough idiots in the world who think if they just use enough blood magic, their problems will vanish. It's exactly the sort of thing I want to stop back home. This I don't need. What I do need is a copy of the Liberalum. I'll wager I can find Corypheus's real name. If I can prove he was a grasping ankle-biter with no family to speak of, the luster would come right off. Wish me luck.
Some research. Hello, Liliana.
Inquisitor. I have been thinking. You remember everything now, yes? The explosion at Haven, the Fade, escaping the breach. In your report, you said Justinia was with you. But only you emerged in the end. Why? Why were you the only survivor?
Because she saved me.
She knew it was either her or me. And she wanted me to live.
Of course. Of course she did. That's just like her. Her message to me. I failed you too. I'm not sure I understand what that means. Did you say anything else? Anything at all? Please, if you remember.
I'm sorry, but no.
I'm sorry, Liliana. That was it.
There are no answers in the Fate. Only illusions. A warped mirror. Justinia has never failed me. I was her left hand. Now she's dead. I failed her.
That's not true. Okay, this hasn't changed. Let's go down then to Vivian. See what she has to say. Also, this opened up, so I can check that out now.
You walked physically through the Fade. Please tell me what you remember.
It was fascinating.
In all the times I've been to the Fade, I've never seen it react so strongly to my presence.
No one else has physically entered the Fade since the Magisters assaulted the Golden City. Oh, I'm positively envious right now.
Okay, let's see where this leads to. Oh, we're on here, I see. And this leads where? Oh, back here, okay. Anything here? Not really. Ooh. A crumpled letter. My dear Ewan, you have been the light of my life, the song in my heart for over a year, but the world has changed and both of us with it. How does one live through the rending of the sky and still remain the same? I've seen oblivion through the rifts and I fear our lives are about to end. You told me the distance between us would be hard to bear, and I said I would never seek the arms of any but yours. I was wrong. I have met someone in Valrayo. She is dark where you are fair. She fills her life with poetry, not battle, and her voice, her tongue trips so sweetly on the trills and flourishes of the Orlesian language. She gives me hope that we will survive this. I'm sorry. I will never forget you. Aurora. That's sad. Oof, this room has seen better days. Anything else? No, doesn't look like it. I'll make our way down here then. We can go to Josephine.
We've an interesting development, Inquisitor. A petition from citizens of Val Royal. They wish to know what Andraste said to you in the Fade.
They think she spoke to me.
Even Leliana can't trace the rumor's origin. It may be expedient to respond to those asking for Andraste's words.
But I never saw Andraste.
It's not Andraste who saved me.
Few people outside Skyhold know it was Divine Justinia who delivered you from the Fade. You could attempt to tell Valroyo's citizens the truth, though it may not be as inspiring as they hope.
Tell them it wasn't Andraste.
Tell them the Inquisition's position is that the Divine saved me from the Fade, not Andraste.
Very well. Some of the devout will be discouraged, but it will placate the chantry.
Fair enough. Okay, we can head to the war table then. And see about the missions on there. Let's see. Do we have anything here that we did? No. Inquisitor, Evangeline and I owe you our freedom and indeed our very lives. I'm greatly saddened to hear what happened at the Conclave. I truly hoped for a peaceful end to this conflict, and the death of so many good people is a tragedy. Our own investigation took us to renegade Templars using a strange new red form of lyrium. I am chagrined that they were powerful enough to subdue us, although your agents tells us that these Red Templars serve as shock troopers for the enemy, who has had both mages and Templars dancing to this tune. Evangeline and I need to recover from our wounds, and our presence at Skyhope would only cause tension with the rebel mages you brought into the Inquisition. Once we are healed, we will be honored to serve. Yours, Riz, Senior Enchanter, Equitarians. There is a note below, presumably added by Cole. I ask you not to do this. I was upset until it saved them. This is good. There we go. We marched without incident, although I have it on good authority that there were many closed-door meetings among Virgil's nobility. Several useful names have sent diplomatic envoys, and potential future gains may be impressive. Do not tell Sarah I said so, Colin. Okay, and then we also have this. Ambassador, please convey my thanks to the Inquisition for their assistance. The Chantry expedition into the laboratory was a complete success. However, to say we were appalled by most of our findings would be an understatement. We shall send you the full documentation of our discoveries when it is complete. In the meantime, we uncovered a few artifacts of note that may still be serviceable. The Maker's blessing upon you, Sister Rosalie. We gotta match the ice staff. Okay. Let's see what we can do next. We can deploy Reese and Evangeline, perhaps. Inquisitor, we have recovered from our wounds and are ready to serve the Inquisition as you see fit. Evangeline has friends among the Orlesian nobility who may listen to our cause, and I am familiar with several caches used by the rebel mages. Or, if you prefer, we would be honored to join the Inquisition troops near Val Vermin and fight the forces of Corypheus as best we can. You are sent service, Riz and Evangeline. The caches Riz speaks of might yield something of value. An experienced Templar and a powerful mage would greatly increase our military strength near Val Vermin, or a passionate warrior coming from a good family might bring the Inquisition a great deal of gold. I think I'll go with Colin on this. Right. Let's see. Ooh. We also have Judgment, the good death of Sir Roof. The disgraced Grey Warden, Sir Roof, wishes to make good on your judgment, Inquisitor. She has asked for assistance in reaching one of the deeper recesses of the Deep Roads, so that her premature calling might serve as a greater good. Laudable, but any expedition to the Deep Roads comes with considerable risk. An escort is simple. I could also arrange to note her exact path, should you wish to recover her body for any perceived honors. Many of our soldiers lost family to the blood. I've no doubt many would volunteer to escort the warden. My concern is that they would not stop at escorting. I suggest an invitation over an escort. Our dwarven contacts would welcome the chance to bolster their forces with a warden on her calling. I like the sound of the Josephines. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so we have this. Investigate the strange chalk markings. Do you know this sign? A triangle point down, two wavy lines through it. A lookout spotted it in chalk on a ruined wall close to one of our outposts. A cursory inquiry into the symbol has revealed nothing. Archivists are still looking. Argent thinks he saw the symbol, or something very like it, scrawled in a ledger that belonged to the Comtesse de Bayard. A sweep was done as you ordered. Almost every outpost of ours has been marked in this manner. Many believe we are being watched. To what end? We do not know. What about decoy outposts set up near a trade route and watch carefully? If someone decides to take out their piece of chalk, we'll have them. Not participating. I could follow up on Argent's lead. The Comtesse de Bayard is reclusive and has remained steadfastly neutral in all matters, but I'm certain I can find some way to gain her cooperation. I'll go with Liliana.
Inquisitor.
Okay. Okay, so I will do quickly a few things because I missed a cave in the Western Approach. And then I also want to buy some stuff at Val Rayo for the schematics, but also for Skyhold. So I'll do that. I'll make like a... I'll show like the snippets of when I actually am there. Ooh, what the hell, Varric? What's the... Ah, here it is. Ooh, what's down here? Ooh, mosaic piece. And another. Let's see what's in here. Vulture, feather charm, ring of attack, and potion bell. Memorial: Warden Constable Valdan Days, Warden Anika Torsik, Warden Bartol Arn, Warden Kerika, Warden Durnan Idukan, Warden Thomas Gavorn, paragons among wardens, brothers and sisters, we honor your sacrifice. Ah, I see. So all of the wardens here were dwarves. That's interesting. So, guess we did that. Now we can travel to Val Rayo. Okay, while we're at it here, we can go ahead and do Josephine's mission. He is here, right? Ooh. Victory in Shade. Here grows one of many strange trophies returned from the liberation of Kirkwall in 760 Storm, where brave Orlesian forces turned back the unstoppable Kunari. A cutting salvage from a burning dreadnought was presented to Emperor Cyril, and it was tended to full growth by the careful hands of Val Rayo's master landscapers. I leveled up from there. Okay, where is she? Here she is.
Do you know where this noble wanted to meet us? I do. The Comte Poivers invited us to his mansion, not far from here. I pray he clears up the deaths of my messengers, as promised.
Let's go see him.
Lead the way.
Welcome, my friend.
Thank you for seeing us, Comte Boisvert.
The honor is mine. Please, sit. It's an honor to assist two such distinguished guests.
This seems dangerous for you.
I hope helping us doesn't endanger you.
Hardly. Even a brush with someone as well known as yourself can become a great asset in Val Royeaux. Giving you the identity of those who murdered Lady Montile's messengers seemed the least I could do. Have you heard of the House of Repose?
The Assassin's League?
My contacts obtained a copy of a document in the archive. Contract for a life.
Alive? I mean,
House of Repose is hereby sworn to
explanatory.
eliminate anyone attempting to overturn the Montiliers' trading exile in Orlais.
Who signed that?
Who's sending these assassins?
The contract was signed by a noble family. The Du Paraquets.
But the Du Paraquets died out as a noble line over 60 years ago.
Indeed. But the contract was signed 109 years ago.
How can a
Ooh.
family try to kill you after they died out?
Yeah.
The Du Paraquets were our rivals. They drove the Montiliers from Val Royeaux. This contract was drawn up over 100 years ago, but it wasn't invoked until I tried to overturn my family's exile.
Unpleasant though it may be, the House of Repose is merely fulfilling its contractual duties.
But the contract's ancient.
If the people who wanted your family dead are gone, why are the assassins still after you?
A contract is a contract, Inquisitor. Orlesian businesses live and die by their reputations. The entire guild's welfare would be endangered if an agreement was tossed aside on a whim of time or fate.
She's quite right, Your Worship. The House of Repose is doing what it feels necessary, by its standards.
What's the plan, Josephine?
I assume you have a thought or two on this, Josephine?
The Du Paraquets still have descendants under the common branch. If we elevate them to nobility, a Du Paraquet could annul the contract on my life.
That will take time, Lady Montilier. Time during which the House of Repose will be obliged to hunt you.
Will they now?
Ooh.
You are exceedingly well informed. You're not to have said you'd heard rumors, at best.
Ooh.
A bit of subterfuge. This contract on your life is an ugly business. One the House of Repose deeply regrets.
Is he from it?
Orlais. Even an assassin's word is his bond.
Was there ever a comte?
Does Comte Boisvert actually exist?
Absolutely. The Comte's offer to reveal the killers of Lady Montile's messengers was genuine. So was his information somehow. An end to be tied up later.
Did you kill the real comte?
I'm guessing the actual Comte Boisvert met with a fatal accident.
Comte Boisvert slumbers in a nearby closet. Nothing more. The contract on Lady Montile's life is so unusual, we felt the courtesy of an explanation was in order.
It is appreciated, monsieur.
Your idea to seek out the Du Paraquet to revoke our orders is an interesting one. I wish you luck. I did not come to shed blood today, Inquisitor. Only to speak. Might I pass?
Why the warning?
Why warn us about your contract and let us go?
In Orlais, it is only decent to inform those involved in a contract when extraordinary circumstances conspire.
And the guild's reputation would suffer if you ignored the contract. I quite understand.
Thank you, my lady. May we conclude with my departure?
I feel like Josephine would want us to let him go.
Go then.
Good day, Your Worship. My lady, I pray we'd never meet again.
Well, I didn't think our meeting would end like this.
We'll deal with these assassins.
I have some thoughts. Let's discuss them back at Skyhold. I'll feel safer with the castle's walls around me.
Sure.
Do you hear something?
Oh, goodness. Comte Poivre, is that you? Oh, the lock's been broken off. We'll find a saw. I realize the cabinet is quite valuable, Comte, but surely... A locksmith, then? As you wish.
Is anything around here? Not really. Oh, sorry guys. Okay. We can return to Skywood then. Let's make our way over to Josephine. Oh, there's also something here. With Eric.
I told them the offer was the best we could do.
What's that?
And of course they said no.
One sec.
They think we're too remote to do anything. At your order.
I'm so sorry, Inquisitor. I never thought my family's trading status would trap us in an assassin's plot.
You had no idea.
You couldn't have known it would lead to this House of Repose coming after you.
It still shouldn't have slipped past me. I've tracked down the last du Paraquets. If they become gentry, they can annul the contract on my life. We'll require a noble from Val Royaux to sponsor them, a judge to provide documents, a minister to ratify them.
It's so like you to take the longest course of action, even when your life is at stake.
I assume you already know everything about this mess.
There is a faster way, Josephine. The original contract on your life is in the vaults of the House of Repose. If my agents infiltrate it and destroy the original, the assassin will have no obligation to chase you.
Leliana, please. I want no more bloodshed over a personal affair.
Don't be so stubborn, Josie. How long will it take you to gather these favors in Val Royaux?
This is Josephine's ordeal, and I feel like we should solve it the way that she wants it to be solved. So I'm with you, Josephine.
We can solve this without more deaths on either side. My people are ready, should you change your mind. I'll post a watch on our ambassador in case the House of Repose visits.
I appreciate it, but I still believe elevating the du Paraquets will solve this. First, we need to perform some favors in Val Royaux. I'd be happy to discuss where we could begin.
Okay, okay, so we have to speak with her about the next move.
House of Repose, Inquisitor?
What's our next move?
You said I'd have to do some favors in Val Royaux if we want to make the du Paraquets lords.
The Countess Dion is our first step. Her lover, a mage from the White Spire, is missing. Bring her news of him and she'll be very amenable to sponsoring the du Paraquets as lords.
Ooh. So we have to go to the war table. I see. I don't, however, have anyone at the moment who can help with that. Because we sent already everyone out on their mission. So I have to wait till someone is done with that.
I appreciate the warning, but you shouldn't have come yourself. What if the guild found out, or what's his name?
Are you worrying for me or for yourself?
A little of column A, a little of column B. I am the expendable one, after all.
Oh, don't worry, I'll protect you. We'll just have to... Well, this is a surprise. You're the Inquisitor, right? Bianca Davry, at your service.
Bianca? Like the crossbow?
Your name is Bianca.
It's a common name. Half the girls in the Merchants Guild are named Bianca. The other half are named Helga. I lucked out.
You're a friend of Eric.
I take it you're a friend of Varric's.
Who isn't a friend of Varric's? You have met him before, right?
It's a pleasure.
Any friend of Varric's is welcome here.
Be careful saying things like that. Some of his friends you don't want to meet. Well, maybe you do. Who am I to judge?
Bianca's got a lead on where Corypheus got his red lyrium.
The site of Bartran's Folly, the tag Varric found, has been leaked. There's a deep roads entrance crawling with strange humans carting out red lyrium by the handful.
Is that our only way in?
How do we know they're not using multiple entrances to get to the Tig?
Navigating the deep roads isn't like the surface. There's no accurate maps of the whole system, and there are cave-ins, darkspawn, lava floods. If you find a route that gets where you're going, you don't deviate. Trying to find another way could be deadly.
Who leaked the location?
Who could have given away the Tig's location?
There were a few people who knew. Hirelings from the expedition, a couple of close friends.
How they found out isn't important. What matters is we know where they are now.
And Bianca knows where it is?
If it's such a secret, how do you know about it, Bianca?
I told her. Right after the expedition, I wrote and told Bianca what we found. I had artifacts that needed buyers, and she had more contacts that would pay for them. Plus, I owed her.
Wasn't the Tig in Kirkwall?
You can get there from Orlais. It's a long way to the free marches.
The deep roads are all connected. Or they used to be. Collapses and such. Some of them on purpose.
They really are roads. They spanned the Dwarven Empire, went to every corner of the continent, maybe further. In theory, you can get to any Tig using the deep roads, but in practice, there's a reason nobody uses them anymore.
We should shut this down.
We need to deal with this. As long as he has this source, Corypheus is that much more powerful.
I couldn't agree more.
I'll keep an eye on their operation. If you're interested in shutting it down, you've got my help. Try not to leave me waiting too long, Varric. I've got my own work to do, you know.
Right. That's not going to be trouble at all. Let me know when you want to head to the entrance.
Fair enough. Okay. I think I will go ahead and travel here to the Exalted Plains so I can do Solas' mission. Okay, who shall we get then? Let's see. Get Cassandra and Sarah, perhaps?
Inquisitor, welcome to the Exalted Plains, a place with a long and bloody history. Even now, the region is volatile. This was a front in the Civil War. Now there's rebels called the Freemen of the Dales, recently emerged and adding to the chaos.
Bloody history.
This is where the elves made their last stand, isn't it?
Ah, you've studied the Dales. Yes. When offered a chance to lay down their arms and surrender, they refused.
Freemen of the Dales.
This rebel group. Tell me more about them.
They seem to be simple deserters, tired of fighting and dying for either the Empress or the Grand Duke. Now they want the Dales for their own. Worse, they're more organized than we anticipated. Be wary.
Anything else?
What else can you tell me?
Scouts have sighted Dalish elves. There must be a clan camped somewhere on the plains.
I see.
That will be all. Thank you.
With the rifts and the undead, the Orlesians have lost ground. Most have been driven back to their forts. We have to stabilize the region, allowing the Imperial Army to re-establish its presence. Good luck, Your Worship. You'll need it.
You also have something here.
I've news, sir.
A report.
What is it?
This could help us.
There we go. Okay, let's see. Oh god, we have quite a lot of stuff going on. Okay. Let's first get the landmarks. That's up there, okay. If I can get up there. Guardians of the Path, the plague on the statue reads, let the eternal flame purify your soul. Okay, can also level up everyone a bit. Can get that. There we go. Sarah, the effects of your elixirs last longer if you activate one immediately after another expires. Can get that. And then Cassandra. Can get Rally. Rally. You inspire your enemies to fight harder. Your party's guards, stamina, and mana builds over time, and all party members gain damage resistance against incoming attacks. Ooh. Let's see. Perhaps we can do it like that. There we go. Oh, there's another one here. There's also people there. Are those the Freemen of the Dales? Guardian of the Path, Plague reads, let the light of Andraste lift your spirits. There we go. Chain lightning and energy barrage. There we go. Energy barrage. Is that all? Looks like it.
I wonder why.
Freeman message. The Inquisition have arrived. They will take the Dales and say it is the Herald of Andraste's right. There's no such right. These lands should be yours. We cannot allow the Inquisition to gain a foothold as Orlesians' true defenders. You know what to do, Guardian. Ooh. Memorials of the Second Exalted March, the Path of Flame. Remember where Andraste's champions first set foot in the Exalted Plains, called Durfafarin, by the elves? Halam Shiral, Dark Heart, was conquered, but one last challenge came from the elves, who would not submit to the Maker. They gathered upon the plain. Our champions answered their call, marching in Andraste's light on the path of flame. Lord Demetrius Aaron, Sister Amity, and Sir Brandis of Lac Celestine called the Silver Helm. Someone dropped something here. There we go. Okay, so now we have to find out where exactly. Ooh. Don't mind if I do. Nice, we got seeds. Now I can plant them. Lovely. But yeah, I have to see where Solas' friend may be at then. Oh god. I feel like this place has seen better days. Tornchit, dear sir, enclosed is payment for the last shipment. The Lord greatly enjoyed the fish, prepared exactly as you recommended. How do you do it? Please keep them coming. He has a hankering for trout this week. Furial. I got fennec fur. Ooh, got embryon here as well. Okay. Ooh, it's a terror. Oh god. There we go. And this was something else? That's a corpse. No, it's a Freeman. Yeah. Can do energy barrage on it. Put that down. There we go. Let's see what they have. Orlesian tomb. Oh. What's here? Ring velvet. Spider totem and ring velvet. Okay. So there's a logging stand there. Rift. Logging stand. Quarry. Ah. So the Solas' thing is right there. Okay. I'll head to the quarry first then. It's this way. Ooh, what's the Viridium? Nice, can take that. Ooh, the wolves. Need to do energy barrage on them. Put this down. See what they had. Canine leather, nice. Some more rash fine. Okay, let's see. It's right there. And there's more wolves there. I'm gonna give a rush on them. There we go. Ooh. Well, it's hurt anyway, so let's just... There we go. A logging stand here. Okay. I mean, while we're at it, we can take care of this rift, right? Oh, there's more. There we go. Yeah, see, it's right there. Let's see. The chain lightning and energy barrage it. Chain lightning. Chain lightning again and energy barrage. That it? Yeah. There we go. Did it. Got Griffin Eye and Fire Essence. Oh, there's camp here. Something to read. Scribbled message. Roselle, if you arrive while I'm out foraging, I left the herbs you asked for in the cleft of the rock near camp. Get started on brewing and I'll see you for supper. Rabbit, Helen. Got Superb Dwarven Rock Crusher and Crystal Glass Bear. Let's see. Ooh, straight there. There you go, got it. Something there, looks like. Foreman's logbook. The yellowed logbook contains records of the day-to-day running of a small silver mine. The most recent entries differ slightly from the ones that came before. 12 harvest mere. Yield 11 crates. The crew broke through a wall and found a hidden chamber. Looks like a tomb. Gave orders to seal it back up. 13 harvestmere. Yield 9 crates. The crew disobeyed instructions. Lead of the crew asked assistance of 2 from a crew to dig deeper into tomb. Last one gave order to seal chamber. Again emphasized unlikelihood of great riches within. 13th Harvestmere yield 4 crates, all of D crew and A crew missing in sudden collapse. 15 Harvestmere yield 0, panic over elven curses, B and C crews inciting. 16th Harvestmere yield 0, new lowest record 2 days running. Men want to collapse the entire mine to prevent curse from escaping, urging reason. Oh, there's a failfire here. What cave are they talking about? Oh, it's this? So they did do it. Ancient elven glyphs. The revealed symbols show what appears to be Durfaman, the elven god of secrets, on the back of a large crow.
This is part of a larger set.
Interesting. Okay, let's see what's here then. Got Amethyst, Glass Fox, and Specialist Crest. Oh, there's a demon. There we go. I also need to get this still. Spirit Essence. Okay. Let's see. Oh, there's something there as well. And... ah, okay. Oh, the Dalish here. Are these the ones that they were talking about? Put that down. To energy barrage. Chain lightning. There you go, and do chain lightning. Hello.
The dead should stay dead, wouldn't you say, friend?
What was all that?
Seems to be a lot of trouble in these parts.
Let's put it mildly. The war has stopped, but now the dead are walking. Funny though. I've been watching these undead and they seem focused on the Shem armies. As if, well, why wouldn't someone want to kill humans, huh? Still, poor fools.
Is there a Dalish clan nearby?
Is your clan nearby?
We've been camped for weeks in the fields to the west. The war between the lions made passage through the dirt difficult. Damaged some of our arable. If you find the clan, tell Keeper How and I'll continue the hunt, and perhaps find a safer route through the plains.
The Dearth?
What's the dearth?
That's what we call this place. The Dearth. Dearth of Erin.
I must be going.
Very well. Be safe.
Interesting. So I also that. Okay, let's make our way over here then. Let's see. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, more corpses. There we go. Golden ring velvet. Corpse heart. There we go.
Solas, the dragon Corypheus commands, could it truly be an archdemon?
One assumes that if it were, we would be facing a blight.
So what is it then? A corrupted dragon? Simply another darkspawn?
It is connected to Griffiths. Such a relation goes beyond mere control. It is a bond.
It makes you wonder if that's all the archdemons themselves are. Pets to beings who no longer exist.
I would not go as far as that. This dragon is a replica, spawned from a creature who aspires to greatness. No more.
Ooh, interesting. And the Dalish camp is right here. Interesting. It's good to know. There's a quarry there. I'll make our way from here. Ooh. Wolf. Can do energy barrage on it. There we go. Oh, there's another. There we go. Okay, let's see. Can we go through here? Oh, we can. I think. And a verse. Halin Sulan.
Thank you for this, Inquisitor. We are not far from where my friend was summoned.
Ooh, what happened here? Ah, the quarry is right here. Oh, bloodstone. There we go. Ooh. There we go. It's right there. Okay, I see. Ooh.
My friend. Ah.
They corrupted it.
The mages turned your friend into a demon.
Yes.
You said it was a spirit of wisdom, not a fighter.
A spirit becomes a demon when denied its original purpose.
So they summoned it for something so opposed to its own nature that it was corrupted. Fighting.
Ooh. That's not creepy.
Let us ask them.
A mage! You're not with the bandits? Do you have any lyrium potions? Most of us are exhausted. We've been fighting that demon.
You summoned that demon! Except it was a spirit of wisdom at the time. You made it kill! You twisted it against its purpose!
I understand how it might be confusing to someone who has not studied demons, but after you help us, I can...
We are not here to help you.
That's such like a childish thing to say. But yeah, I guess Solas is smarter than you are.
Word of advice. I'd hold off on explaining how demons work to my friend here.
Listen to me. I was one of the foremost experts in the Kirkwall
Shut up.
Ooh.
You summoned it to protect you from the bandits.
Yes.
You bound it to obedience, then commanded it to kill. That is when it turned. The summoning circle. We break it, we break the binding. No orders to kill, no conflict with its nature, no demon.
What? The binding is the only thing keeping the demon from killing us. Whatever it was before, it is a monster now.
Inquisitor, please.
I can break it.
I've studied rituals like this. I should be able to disrupt the binding quickly.
Thank you.
Ooh.
We must hurry!
Ooh. I'm stuck. Hello? There we go. The fuck? Okay, so we have to fight these things. Let's all attack the target then. Okay. This is the next one. Let's all attack that. Okay. The next up we can do that one. Okay. Oh, Cassandra, do not. For the love of God, do not attack the demon. For once, I'm gonna stay there. There we go. And then we have this one left. Attack my target, please. There we go. Is that it?
Tel Abalos en Asel Atalim. Mamilava Halani. Malasuladinadas. Magilani Midanam.
Manu Vinin. Dareth Shara.
You did everything you could.
I heard what it said. It was right. You did help it.
Now, I must endure.
Let me know if I can help.
You already have. All that remains now is then.
Thank you. We would not have risked a summoning, but the roads are too dangerous to travel unprotected.
You tortured and killed my friend.
We didn't know it was just a spirit. The book said it could help us.
Ooh. Well, they did torture an innocent. So, I'm just not gonna look. Ooh.
Down them all. I need some time alone. I will meet you back at Skyhold.
Hey, don't just disappear. What the hell? Is she actually gone from our party? Oh, yeah, he is actually gone. I mean, we can return to Skyhold. Curious to see what's gonna happen then. There he is. Is he okay?
Inquisitor.
I'm glad you returned.
How are you, Solas?
It hurts. It always does. But I will survive.
Thank you for coming back.
You were a true friend. You did everything you could to help. I could hardly abandon you now.
I'm here for you.
The next time you have to mourn, you don't need to be alone.
It's been so long since I could trust someone.
I know.
I'll work on it. And thank you.
Ooh. Does he have anything new to say now, or...? Let's see. Hello.
Inquisitor, Do you have a moment? What were you like before the anchor? Has it affected you? Changed you in any way? Your mind? Your morals? Your spirit?
No, not really.
I don't believe so.
Ah.
Why do you ask?
You show a wisdom I have not seen since my deepest journeys into the ancient memories of the Fade. You are not what I expected.
What did you expect?
What have I done that's so surprising?
You have shown subtlety in your actions. A wisdom that goes against everything I expected. If the Dalish could raise someone with a spirit like yours, have I misjudged them?
No, I am who I am.
The Dalish didn't make me like this. The decisions were mine.
Yes, you are wise to give yourself that due. Although the Dalish, in their fashion, may still have guided you. Perhaps that is it. I suppose it must be. Most people act with so little understanding of the world. But not you.
So what does this mean, Solas?
It means I have not forgotten the kiss.
Neither have I.
Good. Don't go.
It would be kinder in the long run.
What
But
the
losing
hell?
you would... Arlath Mavanan.
Why does he look so sad? He just made a straight line here. Yeah, I don't know, he looks so sad. Can I fall here? Oh my fucking god, I actually can. Okay, let's not do that. Let's see what we can do. I mean... we can actually go down to the Undercraft, because I would like to talk more with, Dagna. Because I haven't really done that. And I can also go over some of the codexes for a bit. Hello, Dagna.
There. I have to know what it was like. The colors, the smells, the magic. I'm sorry, it's just so exciting. You went into the Fade. If you have time, Inquisitor, do tell.
You asked about the Fate.
You seemed excited that I fell into the Fade at Adamant.
Excited? Spring gets me excited. This is a wonder. It's probably hard to relate, but dwarves don't dream. So I can't even guess what it's like. I can't even understand what dreams are. But you were there. And came back. Can I take a sample?
A sample?
Oh, that sounded sinister. I meant, can I cut a little piece off of you and do things to it?
What?
Didn't sound better, did it?
No. I'll prepare a full report.
You'll have a full report of everything I saw. Will that do?
It's a start. I'm sorry, it's just... this is exciting. It all is. Your people cleaned you up after your fall. I wonder if anything is left. So much to think about. Ready to answer the great mysteries. It'll be wonderful.
Where did you study magic?
Where does a dwarf go to study magical theory?
Get out. I asked myself that question for years. Turns out, not in Orzammar. I had to start at a circle. I had help, though. A Grey Warden, and I am forever grateful. With that sanction, I visited a half-dozen circles. The wonders I've seen. And with an objective eye, I can spot where they overlap. That's a surprise for every teacher. It's a grand tradition, and it works so well with new thinking.
A Grey Warden helped you.
You mentioned a Grey Warden who helped you start your studies.
Not any Grey Warden. The Grey Warden. The hero of Ferelden is a hero in Orzammar, too. I mean, she was from our royal family, so of course. It's incredible that someone like the hero of Ferelden would stop to help the little people. Literally.
The Warden sounds special.
The Warden affected you in a special way.
Talk to anyone, they'll say the same. It was a dark time. There was one light. She saved us. She saved me.
You must have learned a lot.
Your years of study have paid off.
Oh yes, the mages said I brought a valuable perspective.
I've even presented my work to the College of Enchanters. I wanted an exchange. The Surface could learn about lyrium smithing, and Orzammar would gain knowledge of magic. But now there's no college. And so far as the Shaper is concerned, I'm castless. So you're getting my best work, Inquisitor. Let's make some great stuff.
You gave up your home.
You gave up so much, left your home. Was it really that amazing?
Yes. I left my home and my family, but I just knew I could be more than a smith. I wish my people weren't stuck in the past, and I regret that my father couldn't imagine another life for me. But I don't regret what I did.
That's fair enough.
All right, rein it in. You have work to do.
Right, sorry. I get carried away when I think of it. Ready when you need me.
Let's see.
Mind your step for things, Inquisitor.
Why did you agree to join us?
You were quick to join the Inquisition. Is there something you want?
How could I waste a chance to get close to you? And Corypheus? My goodness. And actual physical rifts in the Vale? Also, dwarves? We don't dream. So, when mages talk about it, I can only, well, dream what it would be like. So there's that, and all the things you'll probably find, and what I'll get to make. The rules are different here. Plus, you're paying me a lot. Like, wow, so much.
Let's talk about your title.
What qualifies you to be an arcanist?
I took the title because I'm a magical researcher, philosopher, and master of practical application. And I like it. I can't actually do magic because I'm a dwarf, but that also means no risk of possession. Safer than a mage. It means
Fair
that
enough.
every skill I have, I've learned through reason and understanding. Coming from the smith caste, I know the value of mastering a craft. Did you know dwarves invented enchanting? Probably.
You noticed the anchor.
You seemed impressed by the anchor. What does it look like to you?
I heard what everyone says what you heard Corypheus say. That's a long chain of who said what's. To me, it says key. But keys do a lot of things. Open, lock, switch. Some open one thing, some open everything. It sounds like Corypheus made it to open, but it looks like you can use it to close. It may be that simple. It sure is pretty. Wish I could see through it.
We'll talk later.
I'll see you later, Dagna.
I can't wait.
Let's see, okay. So we talked everything with her.
Inquisitor.
What do you think of Dagna?
Any thoughts about our new tenant?
You sure she doesn't own the place? Acts like it.
No offense. It needed work.
And fine work she's done to it. And for you. Don't mind me. Been a lot of change lately. Cheery as sugared flowers she is.
I'll be back later.
I'll be here.
Okay, we can also take a look now at this. So we have there we go. A bunch of beds, banners. Yeah, there we go. I'm confused because I thought I also saw something with like elves. It's not here. Not here. Nor here. Interesting. Let me get somewhere quieter so I can read the codexes. There we go. Codex characters. Okay, update of Alistair. After the champion of Kirk was sacrificed in the Fade, giving him and the Inquisitor a chance to escape, Alistair left to report to the Grey Warden leadership at the fortress of Weishaupt in the Enderfells. Then we also have this, the hero Ferelden. The Inquisition has discovered that she has gone west in search of a way to cure the calling. And then we also have Magister Aramund. Let's see. Yikes. He looks like a dick. Magister Aramund, my dearest Demetrius, I hope this letter finds you recovered from those ghastly meetings about road repair or import taxes or whatever terribly important work has consumed your time. I applaud your patriotic efforts to maintain the Imperium's infrastructure while the horned beasts to the north wage bloody war upon us. I have asked before, but you are my closest friend, and now that you have seen the stirrings of our work, I hoped you might reconsider. You cannot think your talents adequately spent on rope work, Metri. You come from the blood of the dreamers. My master will restore the Imperium to a greatness it has not seen since our ancestors walked into the Golden City. He will rule not just the nation, but the world. Those who show loyalty now stand to reap the benefits when all the world kneels to the Venatori. Perhaps you are more comfortable with the roads. When my master returns the winter to the glory it deserves, he will be pleased to find the nation well paved. Consider well, my friend, Magister Livius Aramont of Ferentium. Then we have Professor Frederick of Sorald. Anton, if anyone alive can answer your question about the social habits of the great Weimar Wyvern, it is Frederick of Sorald, Professor of Dragonology at the University of Orlais. I have met him a few times, and he is exceedingly knowledgeable about his fields of study, although less knowledgeable about his current state of dress, the day of the week, and the location of his quill and ink, but nonetheless quite brilliant. Cordially, Magister Sudorian Antonidas. Anyone else here? No. And we have crafting materials. We have Ghoul's beard. Ghouls don't really have beards, do they? I imagine some do if they had beards before becoming ghouls. That is, what? You don't think they grow them after becoming begolmand? Anyway, isn't it caused by the blight? Nothing can grow on blighted ground. I don't think that applies to hair, does it? Skin isn't really ground. Why are we discussing this? I'm bored. Can you believe she's forgotten she already talked about Ghoul's beard 2 weeks ago? Be nice. She's mature. It's hardly useful unless you want to kill someone, ruin their minds, or some ghastly combination of the two. There was that one story about the cat that chewed on the Ghoul's beard and ended up bursting into flame. You are just proving my point here. Ugh, I hope she doesn't make us touch it again. That thing is so repulsive. Plants really shouldn't be hairy, like a Ghoul's beard. Haha, stop laughing. I think she heard you. Shit, she's coming. Note passed between apprentice mages during a lesson. And then we have Vandal Aria. The Vandal Aria is a flowering shrub related to the rare and nearly extinct Felicidus Aria, otherwise known as the Silent Plains Rose. Of course, neither variety of Aria is a true rose, and they are called roses only because of their sweet scent. The fragrance of the Vandal Aria, however, is lighter and greener than that of her rare cousin, and redolent of honey and cut grass. The Felicidus Aria is best known for being the only plant capable of growing on blighted land. Vandal Aria lacks the quality, but is capable of proliferating almost everywhere else, even though she seems to favor dry, arid climes. If left to grow wild, the Vandal will take over space, choking out any other plant unfortunate enough to be in her way. An excerpt from the Botanical Compendium by Inus. Then we have creatures. We have the Darkspawn. Damage against Darkspawn increased. Then we have the Nightmare. Fuck you. My friends, we accept as fact that more powerful and intelligent demons select more complex aspects of our reality to observe and interact with. A demon of pride may gravitate to the corrupt hubris of nobles, the bloodthirsty arrogance of soldiers, or sadly, the blind confidence of mages. A demon of desire may focus on lust, greed, or even desperate wishes of those with no resources in the walking world. Whether demons are naturally inclined to such specificity or made so by observing a confluence of specific events in our world is a subject of which debate and not the question my experiment would answer. Instead, I turn to the question of fear. We think of fear demons as lesser creatures, powerful but simple, like those common beasts of rage or hunger. But fear has many faces, from the absurd phobias of the pampered nobility to the very real threats of magic, demons, dragons, and perhaps especially the Blight. What event has shaped the course of human history more than the Blight? Had the first Blight not weakened it, the Definter Imperium would have crushed the Andraste's rebellion. We would have no Ferelda, no circles, and indeed no Chantry as we know it. The Blight is unequaled as a force of devastation and terror, hated and feared by peasants and king alike, from the northern hills of the Endefels to the southern reaches of the Kakari wilds. I know of nothing else that inspires such universal and specific fear. Dragons and demons, yes, but both have found respect and fascination in cultures across Thedas. Only the Blight is an unadulterated source of horror. If there exists a demon of fear who has shaped itself into a more intelligent, more specific mold, it will be a demon focusing on fear of the Blight. This is the experiment I undertake. By the time you read this, my friend, I will be asleep, traveling through the Freight to find such a creature. If I am correct, it will yield an unparalleled cellars of information on the history of our world, wisdom hidden since the time of ancient Tevinter. I have instructed the scribes to write quickly upon my return. I will have much to impart. A letter found beside the sleeping body of senior enchanter Jessamir, her last known communication before her subsequent possession and then death, along with 12 mages, 9 templars, and unaccounted apprentices in Tranquil, at the hands of Knight Captain Hilgar. That's horrible. Then we also have the Hollow. Let's see. They look so pretty. The first thing you must understand about the Hala is that they are not our servants. They are not our pets. They are our brothers and sisters. Remember that Gillenane, the first Hala and mother of them all, was once a huntress of the people. Without the Hala, there would be no Dalish. The second thing you must understand about a Hala is that you cannot force a Hala to do something against her will. I have heard tales of Shamlin who came across herds and attempt to capture the Hala using ropes and bridles. Many Shamlin have died impaled on horns as a result of this foolishness. Never forget that the Hala once bore our knights into battle. The fierce blood of a warrior still runs through her veins, as she would sooner fight to the death than the main herself. Like the Dalish, the Hala are proud. A Hala knows who she is and will tolerate no being that tells her that she is less. How then do we harness them to the Arafels? How do we ride them, or strap our packs to them? Well, how do you get a brother or sister or a friend to do you a favor? Simple, isn't it? You ask. If you have a Hala's trust, she will give you her blessing. It's striking that humans never think to ask for a Hala's friendship, but then they are Shems and respect nothing. Adara, Hala tender of the Relefaran clan, to her apprentice. Then we also have the hyena. Ooh, I love how that looks. That's so pretty. The common hyena is a remarkable predator flourishing in the harshest condition. Packs working in a concert have sometimes taken down prey as formidable as a great bear. It is an incredible sight, but you should keep your distance because of one of those beauties took down my Bronto. Because one of the beauties took down my Bronto in under a minute. From the Wilds of Thedas, volume by Stephen Deroyne. Then we have the Phoenix. Let's see. Ooh, I love how that looks as well. Orlesians believe the Phoenix to be a herald of woe, perhaps because the creature frequent inhospitable places where sane travelers fear to tread. It may also be because they belch a sort of sulphurous gas that reeks of rotten eggs and ancient peat bog, and flocks of the beast have a pervasive odor of death about them. Orlesians are not always so metaphorical as they like us to believe. From Brother Janet TV. Then we have the update about the rage demons. We have the update about the terrors. And then we also have the Varghest. Ooh, that looks cool. The Varghest is now known to be a distant relative of wyverns and dragons, but in ancient times it was believed to be a spirit manifest in the world. Syrian legend says that the Varghest hunts those who have committed great wrongs against their own kin, and when the creature finds its quarry, it drags the guilty party to the gods for judgment. This is perhaps due to the beast's hunting habits. Varghest prefer to bring prey still living to their nest to feed their young. From a study of sovereign dragonids by Frederick of Serwald. Oh, we still have something here? Let's see. Where did I miss it? Ah, here. Yeah, we got the quill back. Those men of learning who claim dominion over the cold, weirdly angled laws of this world would deny that unutterable savagery of nature, conjuring their knowledge as a man in repose draws a blanket over himself, somnolent to distract from cognizant mind the lethargic callosity of this world. Such mendacity is made manifest in the quillback. Its hooked beak describes a smile that would mock of the laws of man and maker, and in the sagging folds of its rough and squamish hide lies no elegant simplicity, but look upon its dorsal ridge for the proof. If logic be a refugee, for in the ebon spines that jut uncaringly from its back, no man of learning can fail to see the cold and twisted spires of the Black City itself. What maker would give mock to our ebullient transgression by marking his domicile into the flesh of this repugnant eater of flesh, the scavenger of waste and deserts? What message can any man read in this carrion's feeder decrepit spines, that the golden city of which we dream is black, always black, the swollen infection poisoned from the time beyond the knowledge of our insignificant mind, awaiting only our unheeding touch to afflict us with understanding of true place in this vast, uncaring world. From It's written by Baron Havard Pierre. Master means it's pointy. Footnote in the margins of the manuscript by Baron Scribe Dunwich. Okay, there you go. We still have another one left here. Where though? Not here. Oh. Don't see it anywhere. Oh well. Then we have history. The Dales, a promise lost. There, see the winter palace at Halam Shirel. Gaze upon its white walls and golden spires built on the broken dreams of a people. Our people. The human prophet Andraste was a slave in the Tevinter Imperium as our ancestors were. When she rose up against them, we rose up with her. Together we fought for freedom. In gratitude and kinship, Andraste promised the elves a new land, the Dales, and although she died, her sons kept her promise. Our people came from farthest Tevinter to claim this new land. Here our journey ended. This was our Halam Shiral. As we laid the first stone for the city, our people vowed that no human would ever set foot on our land. The greatest of our warriors swore to uphold this vow. One by one they came, invoking the names of Elgarnon and Mifal, Andruil and Gillanane. Before all our gods they dedicated themselves to Halam Shiral, becoming our protectors, our emerald knights. They would ensure that the Dales remained free. It was free for over 3 centuries, but the humans and their new Andrastian chantry would not let us be. They pushed against our borders. They sent missionaries to spread the word of their prophet. They sought ways to subjugate the people once more. When we refused, we angered them. They destroyed us. Even the Emerald Knights could not stand against the might of their army. Armed in faith, in the name of their Andraste, they burned Halam Shiral, scattering us to the winds. They forgot that once, long ago, Andraste's followers and the elves marched together. They forgot that Andraste called Shartan brother. A promise lost as told by Keeper Gisharel to the young hunters of the Rarafaran clan on the outskirts of Halam Shiral. And then we have Here Lies the Abyss. Here lies the abyss, the well of all souls. From these emerald waters doth life begin anew. Come to me, child, and I shall embrace you. In my arms lies eternity. Canticle of Andraste 14:11. Chantry sisters have long debated this section of the Chant of Light. It is tempting to assume that the Well of All Souls is a literal well, but such imagery appears nowhere in Andraste's other's work. An examination of Phrenades 1:4 yields clues. From the water of the Fate you made the world. As the Fate had been fluid, so was the world fixed. It is possible, even likely, that the emerald waters Andraste refers to are the substance of the Fate which began as an ocean of dreams, Phrenades 1:1, and was reduced to a well, bottomless but limited in scope, by the Maker's creation of our world. Is Andraste urging the listener to come to the Fate? Should we take from these emerald waters doth life begin anew as literal evidence of reincarnation, or even of life after death as the call of spirit suggests, or as a figurative benediction indicating that the Maker is the source of all life, and in finding his embrace for eternity, we will only be returning our souls from whence they came. Written by Rafir Mara Juliet. We have letter and notes. A letter from the hero Ferelden to her worship Inquisitor Lavellen. I appreciate your warning regarding Corypheus. Fortunately, my own search has taken me out of the area where the supposed Magister is operating, and while I have encountered challenges of my own, they have not involved any weakness related to my Grey Warden abilities. As I have little useful information to offer, please accept my accompanying gifts instead. If in my quest, if I find anything that may be of use to you in your fight against Corypheus, I will send it to you immediately. I have also included a note on a personal nature for Warden Alistair. Please take care of him. Like me, he was instrumental in ending the last bite. I trust his compassion and his strength above any others, and I would not go through such effort to overcome our calling only to lose him to your Inquisition. Yours, Warden Commander Idukan of Ferelden. Oh, that would have been sad if we actually, like, sacrificed him. Then we have Adamant Fortress. Of all the decisions we Grey Warden were forced to make over the lean years, withdrawing from the Fortress of Adamant was perhaps the most difficult. It had been built as a bastion against darkspawn spilling out from the abyssal rift, a symbol of how we had done the impossible, pushing those creatures back into the shadows where they belonged. We kept the land safe from further encroachment, but as each new age dawned, memories of our sacrifice became fainter. The entire western approach had become a wasteland, and thus the expense of maintaining the fortress became increasingly difficult to justify. There were no griffins to fill its wares, too few wardens to man its battlements, too many good men and women killed by demons creeping through the thinning veil. Each visit of the Warden Commander made it more apparent that Adamant had become a symbol of our decline. Even if darkspawn still emerged from the chasm, who would they threaten other than the Wardens themselves? So in the dawn of the Blessed Age, we sealed the fortress' mighty gates. We left the great griffin statues to tarnish in the blowing sand, retreating to Montsemart with a sense of loss and shame. I returned recently with a small expedition to retrieve supplies, surprised to see it still standing. The dwarves did well by us. I suspect Adamant will remain for ages to come, but should the Order ever return, they will find it difficult to resurrect. Only spirits roam its halls now, alongside the memories of those who gave their lives to protect us all from darkness. From the Journal of Feldin, Grey Warden of Arlay, 858 Blessed. Then we have Kara Oswin. I worry about Lauren daily. Ever since the death of his wife and son in Highever, at the onset of the Blight, he retreats further and further into reclusion. Almost no one is permitted to come to Kara Oswin. The last time I managed to see him, it was only because I bullied my way into the castle and insisted his strange new guards to take me to him. And I say strange new guards for a reason. Almost all of the Oswin retainers have been sent away. These men didn't wear Ban Lawrence collars, and they struck me more as prison wardens than as protectors. Lorem himself was pale and almost delirious. I begged him to see a physic, and he promised he would, but I doubt he ever did. The guards ushered me out in a hurry, and the last time I returned, I was not even allowed to pass the gate. It has been months since anyone saw Lauren at all. I fear the worst has happened, yet I can prove nothing. All I can do is pray the rest of the Banner take notice and act before a good man is lost. From a letter by Ban of Astana Aramon, Dragon 940. Then we have Korakhafis. On the edge of the empire they erected a prison, Korakhafis, the Dark Pit. Far removed from the cultural heart of the Imperium, Korakhafis held and meted out punishment to local peoples who denied the Finter's claims to the region, and to so-called loyal citizens who believed living on the fringes of civilization would grant them immunity from the Imperial's laws. In a few cases, political prisoners who could not be sentenced with execution were sent to Korakhafis instead. It was widely known that bribes bought nothing there, and having the right name would not be rewarded with leniency. It is said that upon hearing their judgment, these individuals begged for death. From a brief history of the Imperium, Volume 3 by Tyrus Altham. Then we also have on Skyhold, a page from Enchanter's Journal scorched to near illegibility. The style is an Old Ferelden dialect circa mid to late Divine Age. Experiments in ambient lingerings for staging. The question isn't it special, the question is how special. We found relics, but there are always relics. Elven ranged far before their empire was crushed, but barely did they return where they did not build. This place they visited again and again. I see it in the fragments, clays from different nations, not just craftsmen, styles from different centuries, not just clans, and yet no record of a ruin. The structure here are all Ferelden, with stone ferried up by a typical madman. Whatever was here, whatever natural spire, it was flattened for a floor. But I know the common shape, and I will erect them as was custom, as we shall see what the elves wish to see. The note below is different, uneducated hand. I finished this for Master Ganot. His workings brought lightning, much lightning. The rods are pools of metal now, and all his workings burned. Master was also struck. I wrote for him his last words because his fingers are ash, and he did not live the night. The veil is old here. Skyhold has not just been claimed time and again, but sacked as well. We've managed to uncover some remnants, including a scratching under a pillar that mentions the name given by your witch. Old, but still long after the place had been built over. But the author knew something of its first purpose, or at least something of a legend. Far landivalis him sa Belanaris san Elgar Melanda him sa Maris Fenet Aldin were missing. Nadasalin tel revas nesuli telse fenara Tarasilin talas fenir abalef fear, and a word missing. Even with assistance from your elf, we managed only a partial translation. Elven is often a game of intense, not direct mapping of phonetic meaning. That means it's a mess. Our belief transformed into everything. Assertion, problem, uncertain. All time is transferred into the final/first death, uncertain. Inevitable threatened victory and honor and horrible promised freedom, and the untorn veils, uncertain. Where the sky is held up, back, where the people gain love that is an apology or promise from to missing subject and uncertain. Mostly complete as fragments go, the rhythm is strange, not like others I've recorded. Perhaps less a poem than a statement, the elfin language does tend to meander. Note from the archivist. Possible reference to Skyhold in the readings of the Great Library of Val Royeaux. What follows are the names of the powers that may have held for a fortress in the region. Unfortunately, time and records are such that for many the name is all that is known, and some of those are merely as reference in other works. Your fortress is a vagabond, but years would do that to stone well made. The Tan Empire, passing mention of an unseen trading partner occupying where hold the sky in the Ravani ballad of Kingdom of Null, though fictional, date uncertain. Father of Rast, and the Ferelden built upon the sky, mentioned as the possible destination of the spirit of the dead band, a Ferelden lullaby dated to the Exalted March. Lady Bander of She, Ferelden highwayman banished in 483 Black, though to use a place in the clouds as refugee. Spire, Orlesian tavern song mentioning Skyhold, by name as a fanciful utopia, but also claiming nugs with wings and a dragon that blows bubbles. Orn V, possible etching of major Skyhold features, but no context available, unknown language. The tile has never been translated. Pre-glory? The Winter carving, a broken relief that matches the outline of the main gate, but all possible scholarship suggests a structure outside of Minrath's predefined, possible shared inspiration, but is not known in what direction. Study continues. We will apprise view of any other reference of worth. From the office of Lord Gippon, Archivist of the University of Orlais, Valrayo. Then we have the Exalted Plains. It is appropriate that we pick the Exalted Plains as our field of battle. It was here, centuries ago, that the Dalish kingdom met its bitter end. The holdouts of the Elven army making their last stand, refusing to surrender against the champions of Andraste, the Templar, the Sister, and the nobleman patron. The champions' cause was just, and their faith led them to victory. The plains were henceforth called Exalted. Some once said that these fields are characterized by equal measures of beauty and strife. This description will hold true for the foreseeable future. The strife we bring to the Dales will be quickly forgotten, however. If we fight hard and fight well and earn the definitive victory, let the knowledge that you strike in the name of the true Emperor encourage and guide you. Truth and righteousness prevailed on the plains long ago, making willing it will again. A message from Marshal Bastian to his soldier before battle was joined. Then we also have the Still Ruins. 24 Harvestmere. A pair of hunters arrived today from the western approach. They carried a fur between them, unconscious. The hunters found the man wandering the approach. He collapsed at their feet before they could learn his identity. The rough stories you hear, I'm surprised they didn't slit his throat and call it mercy. Instead, they lay him alongside their prizes and took him from that place. Cerise forced him to swallow water with a mixture of herbs. Elaine says he will show me how to make it tomorrow. 26 Harvestmere. Cerise and Elaine left the patient to my care. They believe the man will die, so what harm could I do? Still, I prepare the herbs with care. I do what I can to make him comfortable. The man murmurs in his sleep, something about there being no wind. I would open the window, but the air is chill, and I fear it would weaken him. Fifth first fall. My patient opened his eyes. Vargas took the rest. Then I found it. Everything so still. There was no wind. He seemed quite intent. In the western approach? I asked. Oh, a soldier. This last about the figurine I placed on his bedside table for Saturnalia, foolish, but I thought it might cheer him. 8th first fall. My patient took a simple meal, speaking wearies him, but he tried. Everything was so still, there was no wind. I told him that sounded peaceful. His eyes widened in fear. The demons were still there. I tried to comfort him, but he was desperate to explain the disturbing images in his mind. Later I saw him staring at the little soldier. They couldn't move, he murmured. I said I could take the toy away, but he shook his head. 21st fall. Cerise and Elaine declared my patient well enough to travel. He left before I returned from visiting my sister. I suspect his still ruins were a delusion brought on by his trials in the approach, but I will never know. I wish I could have said goodbye. Cerise said he took the soldier with him. Perhaps it was a comfort after all. From the journal of Nicolette Anvers, Healer's apprentice. There you go. Okay. I think I will leave this episode here then from now on. And then in the next we can perhaps explore more of the Exalted Plains, but we can also do some more of the companion missions while we're at it. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.